So hello and welcome to another gameplay review. Why is the quality so bad? Let's see. Okay. From one of my followers, Doom Metrics, and today we are going to analyze this gameplay, Ahri versus Lux. So the runes are fine as far as I can see. You're taking Electrocute. The enemy Lux is taking Comet. The thing is that you're taking Ignite. The thing is, I personally really love taking Ignite as well. I'm an Ignite player because Ahri has really a lot of difficulties to 100 to 0 an enemy champion. She just doesn't have the AP scalings of, for example, a Syndra or a Silas, who can 100 to 0 if he's slightly ahead of the enemy. So as an Ahri, you have to bring your enemy into a 70 to 0 range. So Ignite helps you with that. I guess you can deal 70% of the enemy's max HP in one all-in engagement, but not more. So this is why Ignite is actually really nice on Ahri, I personally feel. However, in this meta, TP is just much better because TP gives you a lot of lane sustain, and Ahri is a weak laner, so against the good Lux, you will have to struggle a little bit. However, the enemy Lux is also not running TP, so you're fine. I feel that TP gives you just much more value than Ignite in this current meta, since the cooldown is relatively low compared to before, and you can use it to, for example, go in a side lane, farm up, get gold there, split push, get experience, and then TP to important place on the map, for example, to Baron or to Drake. So it's a really, really good summoner spell, and you should definitely run it and not Ignite. Ignite I would only recommend against certain matchups, for example, Vladimir, who heals a lot, or Silas, who also heals a lot. So their Ignite is really, really good, because also these champions have to fully commit to kill you, and therefore it's much easier to proc a good Ignite in a good timing on a Silas than it would be on a Lux, for example. So there's that. Okay. So about the matchup itself, the matchup is okay. So a lot of people think that Ahri counters Lux because of her mobility, right? So as soon as you get level 6, it's very easy for you to kill Lux. This is partially true because you have to go through laning phase, and in laning phase, a good Lux, you're just not going to see her. You're not going to be able to deal a lot of damage to her, and because she's going to poke you from far away. There are two strategies how to avoid that, but in general, this is the difficulty of the Lux matchup. After 6, it's getting much easier because you can use your ultimate to dodge certain skill shots when she goes aggressive and turn this into an all-in. But again, we have to be careful because she has W, which is a barrier, and she runs barrier, which makes her even more tanky. However, you have Ignite, so this could work out. We have to see for a good all-in window. But let's observe the laying phase. So in general, when we come into a game, we want to see, okay, who has the push pressure in this game? Is it you or is it Lux? In general, you would always give the push pressure to the champion who has the higher range. In this case, it has also a huge benefit. So I'm just checking what you're doing. Okay, for you to know, 125 is a very late timing to go to lane. You see, your minions are already on the lane, and you are giving up on crucial moments of the lane. For example, pushing. So let's say Lux was not appearing to lane, and you are there before her, you could just start pushing and get the push advantage. The push advantage is very strong because if you kill minions faster than the enemy, you level up before, and as I said in so many other of my videos, is if you reach level 2 before, you have 600 to 800 gold advantage towards your enemy opponent because you have a whole more ability, an anti-ability more, and you have stats worth 600 to 800 gold. So you have more HP, you have more mana, you have more magic resistance, you have more armor, and you have more attack damage. All these stats, if you wanted to buy them in the shop, would cost a lot of money. So a level up is really crucial, and you always want to make sure that you're ahead of your enemy in levels. This is a really, really important concept. So the latest you want to be in lane is 120. Okay, so if at 115 you are doing something, you need to make sure that at 120 you're back to lane. So here you're a bit late, which will give the enemy Lux the advantage. Because now, as you can see, she already started pushing, right? So let's check the minions you have to hit. These 3, which are low, and Lux fully focused her attacks on this one. Actually, it's quite fine. But in general, I feel she's going to have the push advantage. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, you're the blue ones. No, are you? No, you're not. Yes, you are. I'm totally confused. Sorry. Yeah. So it makes sense what I said. I was just confused for a second. So you arrive to lane. Let's see. You arrive to lane. The red minions are yours. Look, they're very low. This one is half-life. This one's under 1/3 or 1/4 even. This one is already low. And for you, they are all quite beefy still, except for this one. So this means that Lux is going to reach level 2 first if she plays it well now. And you too. So you have a Q. So what you want to do is you either give the push to Lux and you accept it. Okay? This means you are just going to auto-attack the minions just like you do. You lasted them. And you give up the level 2 advantage to Lux, which is fine. You can do that. Sometimes there are matchups. You have to do it. What you want to do is play carefully around when Lux is going to hit level 2. She's going to hit level 2 around 7 minions. Not around, but exactly at 7 minions. Once she killed 7 minions, she will hit level 2. So you will need to be very careful there. Okay? Else, alternatively, you can try to contest it, because Lux didn't use any ability yet on the minions. So what you want to do is you want to walk up here and throw your Q on all the minions to get the push advantage. Or at least on these 3 you want to throw your Q, so that you don't push the wave too hard into the turret, but that you get the push advantage and that you reach level 2 first. These are the 2 options you have. If you're an aggressive player, you definitely want to go with that. If you're more of a defensive player, you can concede the push advantage to the enemy. That's totally fine. So let's see what you're doing here. Your last hitting, you should use your ability, both you and Lux. Why? Because you know the ability mana regeneration, right? Both you and Lux have mana regeneration. It's a stat which works for you. And let's say you are 5 minutes in lane. This mana reg of 1.9 per second will give you enough mana to throw another Q, or another W, another E, whatever. So if you don't abuse this and you sit on full mana the whole time, your mana regeneration is not working for you. So you're just disabling one of your own stats. So you actually are looking forward to trade, especially in the beginning. So you just want to walk in, Q and W, or Q and auto attack. Sorry, you don't have W, but Q and auto attack, for example. And force Lux to make a decision of throwing her E onto you or throwing her E onto the minions. Therefore, your HP regeneration and your mana regeneration are going to work. And if she doesn't do anything, she sits there with full mana and she's not gonna use it at all, which gives you yet another advantage. So you really want to play around this too. So I see you 2 guys are very passive. You are not trading anything. And I think it's because you're scared of Lux E, right? Because Lux E is really easy to hit on you. So why is she not hitting it right now? This would, as Lux, be the perfect moment to throw her E on you. Why? Because you're stuck in this auto attack animation, right? So just a second. I'm just writing something down for tutorial. I'm going to write to make soon. Okay. So because this is exactly something I want to do a tutorial about, is here you're stuck in your auto attack animation because you want to auto attack this. So there's no way that you can dodge except for you cancel your auto attack animation, which almost no one does. So what's going to happen is that the Lux is going to hit you with her E, but she's scared of, I don't know, because she started Q. Okay, so that's fair. She started Q, you use your Q, which is the much better choice. Like starting Q as Lux is draw. So you have to look out now. Okay, so how many minions do we have? The red ones are yours. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You remember, at 7 minions, she's going to reach level 2. So if she's good, she will have her Q up soon again. She will be able to QE you. You have to kill this one. So you're very close. If you kill this minion, you reach level 2 first. However, it looks like Lux is going to get it, right? Because you have to auto-attack, Q, and she will just need one more auto-attack and a little bit of time. So she will reach level 2 first, so be careful here. Because if she was good, she hits level 2 now, levels up her spells, and goes all in. You reach it almost at the same time, so that's fine, but just that you look at it. Now, what just happened? Lux used her E on the ability. This is her main damage tool. She doesn't have damage to attack you anymore. So what you want to do is move up and trade with her. You still have Q and E up. You want to trade with her. You're at full life, full mana, or almost full life. You want to trade with her. However, you just sit on your abilities, scared of, I don't know what, mainly losing minions, which is fine, but especially when your enemy uses core abilities, which are very important in their trading patterns, like Syndra Q, for example, or Syndra E, or Ahri Q, Ahri E, Ahri W, for example, wouldn't be something you look out for. This was a good trade. So why was this good? Because you hit the minions and the enemy. This is ideal. There you have the maximum mana efficiency, because you hit the minions, so you get to push anti-trade. So well done. Here she hits you. Okay. Okay. Let us talk about this play here. So she plays it really well. The Lux, first of all, you do land a good poke. You could have gone in for auto-attack or W to proc electrocute, because you have electrocute, which is very strong. So you always want to proc this, right? Auto-attack W, auto-attack, or Q, auto-attack W. You just want to proc electrocute, because this is going to deal a lot of damage. So even if she trades back, you will at least be equalized. So now the Lux plays it really well. This is very well played by her, because she walks up here, pretends to last hit this, and then throws a Q. The thing is, it was a lot of way, so you could have dodged that, but it was a good surprise by her. I'm going to give her that. So she procs her comment, right? Now you have your passive on you. She stands behind a minion. She plays it perfect. Now comes the problem. You throw your charm, even if there was no chance for you to hit it, but sometimes in stress, you just do these things. That's totally fine. Okay? She throws a W to protect herself from retaliation damage, which is also a very good move. And she procs her passive a second time. So she played that ideal. Okay, so now you will do the following. I know it. You will say, oh my God, I just got destroyed. I should back up. But a good Ahri, on a high elo Ahri, would say, oh my, I got destroyed. However, Lux has nothing up anymore. Lux has no Q. Lux has no E. Lux has no W. She just used everything. It's my time to trade back. I didn't even proc electrocute. So I need to trade with her, because the only thing she can do is auto-attack me. I need to trade with her to equalize this trade. So as soon as this W is going to fall off, so you want to stand here already, you're going to, at least, the minimum you're going to do is auto-attack W, auto-attack to get your electrocute, so that she's at least here, and you guys are more or less even, because you just took 50% of your life for nothing. So this is devastating. Of course, you need to be careful. She has a lot of minions here, but as long as you don't stand here, and the caster minions can focus you, because these I can't talk anymore. These melee minions Imagine them like throwing pillows at you. They don't hurt. You can't stand in them for ages. It doesn't matter. But what is dangerous is these caster minions here. If you tank too long, bad damage, it's gonna hurt a lot. So you want to walk up until here. You want to auto-take, Dari auto-take, and this minion is going to aggro you probably. This maybe, I don't even think so. It's very far away. And these for sure not. So you can equalize the trade, and you should equalize that trade. However, you are very scared now. You pot, which is a good decision. Like you have to have your health up. Never drop in health under a certain level. Also, the way to evade poke from Lux, like this is Lux poke. This is typical Lux poke, right? She throws her E at more or less max range and tries to poke you down with it. The problem is, what you should do here is stand away from your minions. So Lux has the decision, do I push my wave or do I try to harass Ahri? Not both of them at the same time. Remember, you did it once, you threw your Q through the minions and hit Lux, so you got the maximum efficiency out of your spell. Lux, on the other hand, you don't want to give her that, so you want to stand outside, so Lux has the decision to make, do I want to push the wave with my spell, or do I want to harass Ahri? And what you want to do against Lux is if you stand on max range, you want to stand ideally here, okay? Why? Because Lux thinks, okay, if Ahri stands here, I can still hit her. So she's going to throw her spell, and it's going to travel all that way to you, and in that time you have an easy time to dodge outside of the max range. Okay, so you stand here, you bait in, out, in, out, in, out, until Lux thinks, okay, I'm gonna throw my spell, and then you run away. So she wastes her spell, and you can return the trade. If you're closer, you want to dodge inside her range, okay? So if you cannot ideally walk out of her range, like here, what you want to do is stand here, and once she throws it at you, she would try to predict your movement, right? She would think Ahri is going to try to dodge, so I would throw it a little bit further. But what you actually want to do then is walk into her face. So if you stand here, Lux is throwing her E at you, you want to walk towards her because she's not going to think that you're going to dodge in that direction. And then you are in an ideal situation. Her main damage spell is gone, and you are in her face and can hit your charm, your Q, your W, and make an amazing trade. So this is how you dodge Lux spell shots or skill shots in general. Always stand on the max range of them and try to bait them out. Or if you close up, try to dodge towards them. Again, Lux's main damage spell is out, and instead of returning damage, because you have everything up, so the only thing she can do basically is Q you and auto-attack you. Else she doesn't have anything up. However, you are scared and have everything up and don't try to equalize the poke she just landed on you. So you give up a lot of lane pressure here. So what you should do, walk up, try to hit her Q. At least try it, at least try to throw the Q. If you miss, it doesn't matter, she missed her E as well, so both of you are more or less the same level, you know? But try it at least. Again, here, she did something very, very bad. She just walked literally into your face for this minion here. Why is there no Q coming? Even charm, you could try to hit a sneaky charm. So the charm hitbox is relatively big, or not relatively big, it's actually very small, but you have to imagine the charm is this big more or less. So what you want to do is you want to aim for her feet, that your charm hits her feet, and then you don't hit this minion, and you could try to land a charm here, hit her sneaky and QW, and then you would win that trade. Or at the very least, QW, auto-tag. This you have to do. If you don't do this, you're actively trolling. And she even manages to land an auto-tag on you. For nothing. Again, you just let her poke you with auto-tags. Again, did you walk in, ready to trade? And suddenly you walk out. So you could have thrown a Q here as well. Now you should pot. You're at under 50% HP, so Lux is clearly and hardly winning lane right now. In fact, we have some sustain, so that's okay. You reach level 4. now it's very difficult for you because she has such a big HP advantage because she still has 2 pots. And you actually should use your pot. And even if you use your pot, you have less health from her. That the lane against the good Lux would almost be over now, you know? So this is a very, very dangerous spot to be in. And I like that you're moving up and down here, because you could actually bait out her spells, but you're not doing anything actively yourself. Your last hits are very good though, I have to say. It's really impressive how good you last hit for the elo you're in. I think it was Bronx elo, right? You told me? So again, here you stand in the middle of your minion wave, which makes it very easy for Lux. Like, she aims it very badly here. But in general, it would be very easy for her to just put it here and hit all the minions plus you. I don't know why she aimed it that way, but I guess it's just like she didn't really mean to. But now her E is down, right? And you could trade. As long as Lux's E is down, now as well. Okay, good, you're doing it. Very good. So you see what happens? Once you do it, like, because the Lux is trolling a lot. She's trolling. If she was playing against me or any Diamond player, she would be dead long ago. Because you see what she's doing. You're walking up here very aggressively. You don't have vision, so be careful. 420 normally, minute 3:30 is when the first ganks are to be expected. So the enemy has a Nocturne, so it's not that probable. You have an Italy, but yeah. So it could still happen that the Nocturne will gank you at minute 3:30. So be careful and place a ward. I always like to place it on the enemy chicken camp, but so far you were really pushed in the whole time, so you want to place a defensive ward, not here, but on the edge of this structure here, you know? So at the end of this, around here, you want to place a ward and hug this side. Okay, so she walks up very, very aggressively, and she uses her main damage spell. So Lux has 2 choices now. A good Lux has only these 2 choices. Try to hit the Q on you, and dodge towards the bottom side. Why dodge towards the bottom side? So this is a very common low elo mistake, is that you think I'm only safe at my tower. So I have to walk all my way to my tower. Only there I'm safe. No, you're not. Ahri, you cannot know where the Nocturne is. What is it if the Nocturne is sitting in this brush here? You don't know. So what you want to do as Lux is just walk away from Ahri. You don't want to walk. If Lux walks towards the turret, you have a very, very easy path of cutting it down and killing her or damaging her severely. But what would you have done if Lux just walks away like this towards the brush? You can follow her until the brush, but afterwards you need to be careful because there could be a Nocturne inside, right? You haven't seen Nocturne yet, I think, on the map. No, we haven't seen Nocturne on the map. So if Lux just walks here and comes back by walking back around here, she would not even miss anything because the cannon minion would tank everything. It would need like 4, 5, or 3, at least 3 tower shots before the cannon minion dies. And as Lux, you can just farm over wall. So she could have just walked away here. However, she's really trolling and walks back to turret, and you do the right thing. Just one point of criticism here. Let's see. So, yeah, her E is out. So now you have nothing to lose. You start well with W. Ideally, you want to start with Autotech, W Autotech, to just proc the Electrocute. This is the bread and butter combo of Ahri, is Autotech, W Autotech. In this case, you even want to charm her directly. I mean, because if she hits her Q on you and walks away, then you take damage again, and she doesn't. So if you hit the charm, I don't even know why she's not queuing you here. You hit the charm, beautiful, Autotech, W, Q, I mean, sorry, good. And now she has no barrier anymore. However, she still has Q and E, right? So what is very typical now is that she does the same mistake as you do. You only have auto attacks. You have no abilities up, and Lux is not going to try to trade back. because your damage is out. What can you do? You can just auto-attack here. So the Lux should walk up and try to hit you with her E, Q, auto-attack, and then walk away to equalize the trade. However, now, because of her big mistake, you're back in lane. So you are leading, actually. And, of course, you have inbuilt passive, sustain, as Ahri. Yeah, try to throw Qs. That's the right thing to go, yeah. However, it's a bit dangerous because you still don't know where the enemy Nocturne is. And if Lux hits a Q while you're here, you're basically dead. So what you want to do is, since Lux is busy farming here and the wave is going to push back towards you, is you want to go ward the chickens or help your Nidalee. As you can see now already, you see the Nidalee and the Nocturne fighting on minimap. So if you want to move, you have to move now, else it gets messy. So however, you make a big mistake. Yes, you do make a big mistake. So what is the big mistake? You hit this minion twice. I know it sounds like nothing, but it's a huge mistake. Why is it a huge mistake? Because now, since this minion is lower life than all the others here, the wave will push towards Lux. What does it mean? Like if Lux and you do not hit the wave will push towards Lux Tower. This means that the minions that you can farm and gain gold off are going to die faster than Lux's minions, which means that if Lux and you walk up to help, you are going to lose more. Okay? So what you want to do before you move, or the first thing is you want to move as soon as you see Nidalee and Nocturne clashing, because you were in mid lane, you had nothing to do, your wave was on a turret. Yeah? Here, you have nothing to do. And now you see them, Nocturne and Nidalee. Now is your time to move. And if you don't touch the wave, no one of you is going to lose anything. That's fine. Or you lose the same. But now by hitting this, you make it good for Lux to leave because the wave pushes to her, so she's not going to lose anything or not much, and you're going to lose the whole blue wave here because your minions are stronger now. So before you move, you either want to full clear that wave and push it into the turret so that Lux has the decision to ask herself, do I want to stay under the turret and farm the gold, or am I ready to lose all of this wave and help my jungler? Now you are in that decision. So what you do is you go help, which is fine. I'm not saying that this is per se a bad decision, but you see the little things you do, just 2 auto attacks will decide. We are going to see how the wave is when you come back. What this huge impact of these 2 auto attacks are going to be. Okay? So you move. This is another thing. You also saw Lux was leaving, right? So just face checking like this is very dangerous. You place the ward here. Why? Why did you place the ward here? You're face checking this ward, this brush. You know there is no one in there because you're about to walk in, right? So why place the ward here? You should place the ward maybe here. Or you should already know Lux is missing, she's not in lane, so she will try to ambush you here. Be careful, okay? So it happens. We get a lot of flashes here. And you get the kill on the Lux, which is great. Now you're 3, Mordekaiser is trolling by trying to go 1v3. Then Nidalee plays it really clean, I have to say. She was quite lucky, but yeah. So now let's see. Let's see the minions, okay? So as you can see, we have on your side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minions for Lux. And on your side, 1, 2, 3, 4, this I can't really see, 6, Potpourri 7. So you lost already 1 minion, okay? Which is not too bad. I don't even know. Maybe it was just too fast because you were very fast to come back. The thing is now that Lux, even if she died, she will be able to collect all this farm, you know? But yeah, you see, she's not gonna lose much. If you didn't auto-attack the wave, it could have turned out that the wave would have pushed towards you and Lux would have lost all the farm. You know? So these two little auto attacks had actually an impact. But everything not too bad right now. So you're backing, which is the right decision. You're buying items, so Lux bought boots. Always, when you buy in shop, walk here. The first thing you do is you walk up here to this edge, and then you open your shop and buy. Because then, as soon as you bought, you can start walking and you don't have to walk this way until here. It's just another 2 seconds of time you're saving, which can be a last hit or two you're missing. You see, because if you did that already, walk up here, then press shop. Ahri would have walked all this before, and you would have more time to think about what you actually want to buy right now. Okay, so you bought Lost Chapters and boots. That's okay. It's a good buy. And a ward, even better. Now with the ward, you have to be careful to place it before you go back to lane, else Lux can see in your inventory that you have a ward. And we know that you placed it. But sometimes you cannot do anything about it. So Lux used her E. You can play more aggressive. This is absolutely awful from Lux. I don't know what she's doing here, but you're moving up extremely aggressive because she threw out her E. This is where she dies. This is where she dies. Don't be afraid. This is where she dies. This is where you kill her. Well, let's watch this again. Okay, your Q is on cooldown. Her E is on cooldown. Now she throws another E, so the only damage she has is Q and ult right now. So if she doesn't hit her Q, there's no way she can kill you, and you have ultimate up. She's dead. She has no barrier. She's dead. She has no flash. She's 100% dead. If she's not dead here, you're doing something seriously wrong, because this is the biggest mistake. If in my rank games, I see a Lux positioning like that, she's dead. She must be dead. Because if I don't take these kills, then I don't get any kills. You know, this is a huge mistake of her. So let's see how this plays out. You trade with her, auto take W, and you're scared. You're very scared, I can see that. What are you scared about? Q ultimate is everything she can do. Now she even misses her Q. Now is the time. Ultimate, Q. Okay? So you will ult and Q. You ignore the minions. You ult and Q. This will lead her to dodge. Somewhere left, right, top, down, whatever. Ult Q. She will dodge. You will reposition with your ultimate to make sure that the Q comes back. And in that moment, you will charm her. And then you hit Q and charm. And then you can just finish her. Because your W is coming back on. But instead, what you do is you go for these two minions because you're scared of... I don't know what. But this makes... That lets Lux live. So skirmish around Drake gives Lux priority, but it's okay to help. Now it's getting a bit messy though. Also very dangerous, you didn't see Lux, and you just face check this brush. So what you have to do is walk around it. You have to walk around it if you don't see where Lux is. Lux could have just stayed here, see you walk in the bush and full combo you. I'm being a bit harsh as a teacher right now because I want you to understand how impactful these decisions are, right? You're not making a lot of mistakes for a Bronx player, I have to say, mechanically. You have good last hitting. It's totally okay to have 50 farm at 740 in lane. You could have had more, of course, obviously, but especially against this Lux, but you're not playing well. I just want you to, you're not playing bad. I want you to know that. It's just that I'm being very, very explicit about the situations you should have used. So what I recommend you to do is go through your own replay, go through this exact game, for example, or any other game you have, and watch yourself and ask yourself, when could I've had hit an easy charm? When could I have had an opportunity to all in the enemy? When could I have had an opportunity to kill the enemy? And I didn't do it. And why didn't I do it? So this is a very good exercise, and I think you should really do it. You land in nice Q, Lux is trolling again, you walk up very aggressively, and you're basically in melee range to her. So, what keeps you from charming her right now? Okay. This happens, it's okay. But she missed her Q. Now you know that the jungler is around. You have vision on the jungler, you can collapse. You should follow directly, exactly, you do that, this is good. Here, I don't understand why you turn around and don't finish the fight, but it's fine. Okay, you missed out on an assist, that's okay. That can happen. Rest is okay, so you got an assist, you killed the jungler. Lux is gone. Probably she's going to buy her Lost Chapter. In a very bad spot for her. The wave is shit. But that's okay. I mean, it's good for us, right? And let's see, yeah, Lux came back and bought Lost Chapter. Yeah. Okay. Again, like, just the way she moves just gives me goosebumps. Look at this. So, she throws her E, misses, and now she walks basically into your face. Why is she here? You could charm easily. Why is she standing here? She misses her Q, so now, at the latest, is the moment where you just ignore all the farm, you walk here, and you threaten her with your EQ. So, what you really have to learn, I feel, the biggest step up for you, would be to keep track of her cooldowns. To keep track of her cooldowns. So, as soon as Lux Qs or E's, this is a moment for you to say, okay, now is my time to shine. Now is my time to fight with her. Because if Lux Qs, it's almost impossible for her to hit the E on you, right? She will not be able to hit E and ultimate on you. If she misses her E, even if she hits Q, she will not have the damage to kill you. So these are the moments when you want to go all in. The only time Lux is dangerous is if she has Q, E, and ultimate up. This is the moments when you have to respect it. And else you can just walk it down, basically. Same for Ahri. If Ahri has no Q, as Lux you can play really safe, because even if she just charms you, what's she going to do? Charm W, and you can W as well as Lux. It's no danger. As soon as Ahri has Q and charm up, it gets more dangerous, because if I'm hit by a charm, she 100% hits her double Q on me, and then her W comes up, I get electrocute damage, she can all-in me, and she has Ignite, then it gets really dangerous. But if Ahri has neither charm nor Q, this is my time as Lux to trade. She does a nice E, now it's your time to equalize it. So it's okay that you Q in this direction, but you also could have Q'd in that direction. Look how you stood. So, charms, now is a moment. Wait, now. Why this? Why not this? Why are you not throwing your Q like that? Could have hit at least one part. And even if it didn't hit, it would have been the right move. Oh, now I'm curious. Just to finish the sentence, it would have been the right move because you didn't have her E up. And you want to equalize the trade. You want you and her to be equal in HP. Never, never, never let your enemies poke you for free. Then you lose. Because for free means just she didn't lose anything in return. So you always have to trade something. Minions, wave control, vision, or HP as the #1 resource, or mana, to make sure that you can win the lane. So if she hits her E, you want to hit your Q. You have to walk up and to equalize it. And this reflex of, oh my god, I took damage, I have to walk away, is very counterintuitive. On the contrary, you hit something, the enemy hits something, this means they don't have the spells anymore right now. It's your time to fight. Okay? So this situation again is a very crazy situation. Lux is doing again what she's doing 3 times or 4 times now in this game. is walking up in a position where she should never be. Why is she walking in this direction? There's zero reason for her to do that. But she does it. And now what is really awkward is that you have to queue to away from her tower, and you have to walk to her tower to hit the second queue. This is really awkward. So if you started the fight, let's see, this was a good try, this is okay. This just happens. She misses her Q. Now, this wave is the thing, she hits her E. Now, if you start trading with her here, you both are in the middle of the lane, you have ultimate. There's a realistic chance that you can kill her. You're dealing a lot of damage, you're really good in game. You have a lost chapter already after your first bag. And Boots, still not placed the control ward, by the way. None of your team. Everyone is sitting on the control ward instead of just placing it. This would be the time to all in. At least now. What is happening here? Let's see. Yeah, here you have to hit the charm first. You have to hit the charm first, else this gets really awkward. Look at this. This is super awkward. She misses her Q. Fair, good sidestep. And now you throw your Q. And in order to land the second Q, you would have either to ult here, between her and her tower, which is insane. You know the Nocturne just slayed the Void Grub, so he's going to gank you. In 1 second, I swear he's going to be here. This is giga awkward. So what you have to do at this moment now is the charm. You have to hit that charm, or you have to land it. And this is going to decide if you keep going with that trade or not. If you hit it, you hit the double Q, you hit the W maybe and an auto attack, fine. Then you did your job and you can go back. If you don't, doesn't matter. You know, you tried it, she missed her Q, she cannot kill you, everything's alright. But this is the worst outcome of all. You walk towards her turret, why her jungler, and you have zero vision around mid lane. You don't know where the jungler is, now you know, and you know he's close. So if the jungler is not completely drunk or low life, he will come and gank you. So now you hit your charm, but you don't have anything to follow up, you know? Your main damage, the Q is gone. Yeah, and the jungler is here, obviously. Okay, you ult out, and you ult in a straight line. So this is against Lux always super dangerous, right? So, of course, I see you want to make the biggest way away from the jungler and not towards the turret. The turret is a low elevate. Look at this. If you ult away now in this direction, towards bot lane, where there's all your vision, where you cannot be surprised, and the enemy does not know where Nidalee is. Ah yeah, he knows that she's bot side. So you would even walk towards your Nidalee. It would make it very, very hard for Lux to ult you without having any vision here, you know? So the turret is not your safest choice. The turret in this situation is not the place to go. Your place to run away is bot lane in that situation, because you will create the biggest distance towards him. So he stands. Let's watch it again. You do the right thing by walking in that way, okay? Look, now the moment of impact, he's here. And the biggest distance you can build is by ulting in a 180-degree opposition to him. Here you're doing it like, instead of using this little space you still had and ulting this way and a second ult, you're out of his danger, and Lux has no vision, probably. I don't know, but probably she has no vision here. Maybe she has vision, but it makes it much easier for you to dodge, because you can dodge upward, you can dodge downwards, you can still walk in a straight line. Here you can only walk in this one direction, right? So this is what kills you. I think it kills you. Yeah, it kills you. And I think the laning phase is over at this point. So you saw, I mean, the game is probably going to go forever and end very differently, but I think there's no much more point. There's already a lot of input here. So what you've seen, the most important one is you have to play around the enemy cooldowns. That's for sure. And you need to get an eye for abusing when the enemy is trolling. And the Lux was trolling in lane 4 times, especially this one time where she had no barrier, no flash, and you had your ultimate up and she was basically under your turret. You had to kill her here. This was where you threw the lane. Mechanically, you're fine, I have to say. I'm surprised how good you lasted for Bronx Elo. Correct me if it's not Bronx Elo, but it's really good blast hitting. Your buys are smart. You should place your pink wards. Farming, as I said, is good. Trading is your biggest issue. You let yourself get poked for free. And yeah, I guess for now, that's it. We analyzed barely 19 minutes of video, and 9 minutes of video. So I hope you could take a lot of information out of this and you're going to improve, and see you another time. Thank you so much.